Hey, what's up? Got a warehouse find here. I'm just kidding. Reorganizing my shelves. I got a stack of trades, hardcovers, and other books in my closet. I was like, you know what? I don't think I did an art for inspiration on this. Matter of fact, I don't think I did an art for inspiration on my Maxx Artist Edition. So I'll have to do that as well. Uh, anyhow, uh, two reasons why I got this way back. Look at the scratches on this thing's. I've read this thing 300 times. It's a Maxx Collected Edition from Norma Editorial. It is a hardcover. That's reason number one. Nice collected edition of it. The sweet spot for me personally with the Maxx would be issues 1 through 8, 1 through 9. The story, I'm going to be quite honest, the story never really kept me around. It was Sam's art, but he started doing much of that Crayola crayon stuff and just kind of breaking the mold of what it was to be a comic artist artistically. So I kind of dipped out around issue maybe 16 or 17. Buddies of mine stayed with the series all the way to the end. I did not. But anyways, with that being said, for me personally, this has the cream of the crop artistically by Sam. This has issue 1 through 13. Again, it's hardcover. Reason number 2 why I revere this collected edition is because this is unlike the maximized collected books. This contains the original colors. For anyone who's not familiar with it, the original colors were Ollie Optics, Steve Olaf and crew, okay? The new editions that came out through IDW, they were recolored. The Maxx had sort of a brownish hue to him. I personally like Steve Olaf's colors in these. I like the OG colors, the OG presentation of these. Yeah, that's really the second biggest reason for this. I own 3 or 4 issues of the reprints with the new colors, and I think it should have just came out like this again, but I don't know why. I don't know the reasons behind it. I don't even feel like it was really remastered. Like, I feel like this right here is still holds up, top of the line coloring in that. So, and by the way, this was not on the original. It had just the sound effect for Chunk going down the whole page right here. So yeah, let's go and flip through this. If you're not familiar with it, maybe you will become familiar with it. Sam Kieth, very prominent artist, came out of the 90s, was also part of Image from the get with his Maxx comic books. We were all kind of trying to figure out the Maxx. I feel like maybe Sam Kieth was also trying to figure out the Maxx while he was working on it. Oh, you know what? This also has, I forgot about that, Darker Image number 1. That little short story with the crazy head giants, So, yeah, this is just, it's an awesome awesome presentation of the original colors. Obviously, it's this is a Spanish from Spain edition. Okay, so maybe check like what was it like? If you are interested in this book, check like Biblio or Abe's Books or the Spanish Amazon page or the Spanish eBay page, and then find a seller who's willing to ship to your country of origin. Yeah, that's how I would find it. You don't want to hear how I did find it, though. Found it in a secondhand bookstore, of all places. And it was discounted because it wasn't in English. Isn't that crazy? the is. So yeah, for me with Sam Kieth, the most fun that I have looking at his work would be I do have another art for inspiration of the Aliens hardcover uh, that he did his miniseries. Those Aliens books from the 80s or maybe early 90s, I forgot the dates. The Maxx, like I said, the first dozen issues or so, which are all in here, and then Marvel Comic Presents. Yeah, the Marvel Comic Presents Wolverine versus Cyber. Those issues are awesome, so awesome, so fun to look at. As an artist, I don't know how you can look at those and not just immediately want to pick up a pencil and draw. Just shows you how much you can do, with traditional tools. So, but yeah, this stuff's great. This is a page I wouldn't mind owning. I've always loved this panel. And anatomically, even the Maxx really resembles really closely to his anatomy he was using for Wolverine in those Marvel Comic Presents issues. A lot of brush work here. Super, super intricate gutter work on these panels. So one thing they don't tell you in here is which issue you are on. I think that's issue 4. That's an awesome shot right there. Kind of has a little bit of a Richard Corbin feel to it with that super deformed anatomy on that lower leg. All right, I'll probably skip some pages here. The original printings of these books are still attainable, by the way. If you're into the floppy edition books, I love this cover. The you'll probably find someone selling the whole lot, of at least the first 15 or the first 10. Really, really high print runs. At least the first 5 or 6 books, I mean, they had to have been up in the 500,000. Probably pretty easy to acquire. But, however, just so you know, the final issues of this Maxx series were really, really low print run, and they're really expensive, like hundreds of dollars. So you might not be able to complete the run that way. And I also know that the Wildstorm did softcover reprints of the American books, not Spanish like this. The American books, and those trade paperbacks, for whatever reason, I think they were just like under ordered, but they're really, really hard to find. So you're kind of going to be at the whim of the seller because they know that not a lot of people have it. So that's just one of the downsides to artwork that picks up traction later on is they don't always have the rights for more reprinting. So a lot of times those printings is the only printing you're ever going to find of those specific runs of books. So it's really cool. I really like the the scowl, all the lines in here. That's cool. So yeah, you get some of these cartoony pages in here. This is right before Pitt actually makes a guest appearance in these books. You got more of the Outback. I really I really dig these double page spreads and just seeing his playfulness with the musculature on the Maxx. His crazy feet. That's a funny DPS there. And around this issue here too, years ago, I did that Morbid Angel comic, which was very Stephen Platt. I was like, you know, I was still like Extreme Studios and still slinging a pencil like in that Platty style. So the inker on that was actually Sam Kieth's assistant on this. Gentleman by the name of Mike Taylor was an inker, and I know he was doing art assist on the Maxx for Sam. And if I recall, he told me it's because he had worked on a parody book for the Maxx. I think it was called The Tax, like TAXX. And Sam liked that stuff so much he hired him because he was able to ape the look so good. So, but I think it only lasted a month or two. So he stuck around. He had told me some stories about inking telephone ribboning and stuff. But I'm pretty sure he's working on this stuff here as like a ghost artist. Just chords. Oh, this might have been what he was telling me about this stuff. Yeah. So comics can be a very small world. Here's the Pit, the first Pit issue. Pretty cool to see them together, seeing Sam's version of Pit. Anticlimactic. Climatic. This feels like he was looking at a Del Keown Pit profile. Just kind of drew it in his own style. Looks almost like a Muppet. I love it. You got this little Iz right here. He's faking it. He thinks it's Timmy. It's this little Iz wearing that Timmy hairstyle. Super abstract, super abstract story with this stuff. But again, it's pretty cool to see them together. I don't know what's going on right there. I have to perform some surgery on this book. I really like this a lot, even though I know he did like watercolor finish and stuff. I really like his take on that right there. It's very Sam Kieth, but it also reminds me a lot of like Brian Froud and little bit of Bernie, some of the brushwork in here, the shadows. Another Keown panel inspired. Yeah, I don't think Pitt's in a whole lot more of this. Yeah, there's this issue here for a hot minute, but they don't really do much. It's I think it was really just a selling point. Like, hey, let me borrow your character. We're gonna throw him in the Outback, like this fake concurrent universe. All right. Universe of the id. I like this cover a lot. Kind of why I stuck around. Some of these covers just, I was like, take my money. Yeah, and I feel like this book too gave Sam an excuse to like just be able to draw like fun looking weirdness, weird anatomy, weird creatures and stuff like that. These guys. They're kind of like farmers. All right. More like heavy metal magazine type stuff right there. Yeah, and as you can see, so we're getting closer to, the closer you get to issue 10, the more Sam starts doing this this playful kind of stuff. And also, I think it might have been because he was painting so much of these covers, mixed media. A lot of dry brush stuff going on. Yeah, a lot of, I'm going to assume it's like oil pastels too, maybe. But to me, yeah, Sam's strength has always been his like his line art, his inks, and his approach to inking shadows and stuff. And yeah, you can see he kind of starts falling away from that and just starts really treating the book as an experiment. I feel like this, yeah. It was pretty dope. I mean, getting to see, you know, an underground treatment, but also it was like, I don't know. We all have free agency as artists. We kind of do what we want. Noticing this every time they got a page they need, they use this image here for a, which I'm okay with. I'd rather they do that than just, you know, black or white. I think this might, no, that's not true. I think I got issue 16 as a similar cover, I think, but he's facing the other direction. I think that was the final issue I got of that. So yeah, this stuff here starts getting into a little bit more of the human, sort of depressing nature of some of the stuff. Let's skip some pages here. Yeah, we're almost at the end of this collection here. So I think it's like issue 10. Okay. Yeah, that's a fun cover right there. Feels a little more Frazetta-esque. Some of the spot warm colors getting used in there. Okay. Like this guy's features here. All right, so yeah, into 13, get to that 0 issue. Or not 0, darker image. And these pages were fun. Super short, but still fun. See him running from this giant in the outback. Just really, really cool textures, really cool arm hair. The arm hair in it was kind of a funny way of seeing him illustrate this stuff. Very kind of Wolverine-esque. And then at the end here, get a couple pinup cover pieces, and yeah, that's it. So there you go, guys. Norma Editorial Maxx Collected Edition hardcover. Thanks for checking this out. Don't forget to subscribe.